On DraftKings Sportsbook, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code CORNERBACK when you sign up.
Let's take a look at the odds from DraftKings on who will draft Jeremiyah Love. It's early in the process, but if you've been reading every mock draft hoping he makes it to the Chiefs at 9, the Saints at 8, well, the Titans are now the favorite there. They're tied with the favorite with the Commanders at pick 4 and then Commanders at pick 7 at plus 225. I mean, full transparency, Chris, odds like this at this time of year, very hard to nail down.
Yeah, it's too early to
tell.
It's
more market influenced by like what the public thinks.
Yes.
But
right.
With saying that, you and I during the break, we're talking about it does not feel like there's a world anymore where Jeremiyah Love is in that 7, 8, 9 range. It feels like this has moved to the 3, 4, 5.
I feel like it does. Now, we'll see. And I think, we'd like to expand on what you were saying. I think when some of the most important decision makers start to dig into things here and we start to see more of the value of the draft and how people are really looking at it and who's going to be taken at the top, that certainly can affect the running back conversation to a degree. Right? And we know if there's only 3 tackles out there that the NFL feels like can start day one. Well, their priority's gonna go way up, and all of a sudden maybe they're in the top 10. Right? We've seen that happen before. But with Jeremiyah Love, there's no questioning really the last 3 years. He's one of the freakiest players in all of college football. And you go to Notre Dame, and again, Notre Dame's got a ton of freaky athletes right now, and they have for the last few years. It's been that way. And when you go there or talk to people from there and they talk about Jeremiyah Love and how he's the freakiest thing that's come through there in quite some time, all of that, the NFL's got all of this on their radar. And then the common day NFL, as we know, wait, he can run through between the tackles, he can run on the edge, and he can catch the football at a phenomenally high level, right? So that's where you just go, yes, there's going to be great value. He could stay on the field all three downs, and then he put the stamp of approval with his workout here at the Combine on Saturday.
I was doing radio here in New York last night, WFAN, and the host, Lori Rubinson, asked me, she's like, what do you think of the discourse of can a running back go in the top 10? And I was like, it's not the question, can a or should a running back go in the top 10? They really need to do 2 different things on top of being worthy in the draft class to do that, and then it's worth it. One, you need to have breakaway ability.
Yes.
Like, you need to change the game at any touch.
Exactly right.
Which you think of Jahmyr Gibbs right away with that. Jeremiyah Love does that.
Yes.
He consistently does that.
Yes.
The 4.3 speed is real.
Yes.
So he does that. The second thing is you need to significantly impact the pass game. He does that as well. So can you go top 10? Those are things. I already know you're a good runner. I know you can run in any scheme. You create yards after contact. You're smart. You have a good vision. Like, that's the baseline. But if you do the other 2 things, change the game at any moment because you have speed and affect the pass game, then yes, you could be a top 10 pick.
Agreed.
Does anyone look back and go, wow, the Falcons took Bijan Robinson? And I think Love has better breakaway threat than Bijan Robinson.
He definitely does. I don't think it's even close there.
Right. And I
That's
love
one of
Bijan.
the negatives about Bijan.
Right.
But
It's probably the only thing.
Yeah,
we're like, we wish he broke a couple more.
Right.
But, man, like, this is now, because of this draft class, more of, should Jeremiyah Love just go top 5 because of the impact he makes on an entire offense single-handedly?
That's my argument. That's the argument I've been trying to make. And then I think on top of that, like what we've seen, running backs are the quickest way to change your team. It is. Now, I know you need some sort of line blocking in front to support that. I get that. But like I said earlier, I think the Giants are at that point here. It's different than when they drafted Saquon Barkley, where they had nothing and they can never open up a hole. So, therefore, he could never really take advantage, or we could take advantage of the success he had. But, yes, you want to change over your football team and make them explosive on the offensive side of the ball. And again, you couple that with Jackson Dart, who moves well, and you can move him and his ability to scramble. And then you have a Malik Neighbors who is going to attract attention, and Wan'Dale Robinson.
Right.
And maybe you get another receiver in the draft at some point, maybe somewhere there. That scares people, or free agency. You look at that and go, oh my gosh. And then Theo Johnson at tight end, you go, wow, that's a pretty good skill group for the Giants. Pick your poison. What do you want to stop? They got some playmakers. And, to your point, Jeremiyah Love is another one of those guys that can score anywhere, anytime. And then also at the same time, I've seen him in games in Notre Dame go, I can run it up the middle 18 times and get 4 or 5 yards every time. He's 212 pounds. He's bigger than people expect. So, yeah, no way he's getting out of the top 10. I think all the question is Jeremiyah Love in the top 5? I think that's really what it is.
I think another thing that kind of helps the running backs now like him is I feel like job security for a lot of coaches is, what does your quarterback look like?
Yeah.
This is the
guy that helps that out.
The guy.
Yes.
Like the guy that makes your quarterback look better than even maybe what he actually is.
Right.
So if you're Robert Saleh, what are you going to be judged on this year? I don't think it's his defense. That's part of it.
Yeah, you don't want the defense to be good because you're a defensive coach.
That matters.
But the Cam Ward and his next step.
The staff you hired and the people you put around Cam Ward.
Yes.
If you're John Harbaugh, what does Jackson Dart look like? And Jackson Dart already looked pretty good, so the bar is a little high.
Right.
If you're Mike LaFleur going to Arizona, and I've heard a lot of connections with Malik Willis in Arizona when I was in Indy.
Sure.
We have time left, but that makes a lot of sense.
Of course it does.
If you're Mike LaFleur, you could probably win 4 games this year, and people aren't going to be yelling to fire you if your offense looks capable.
Exactly. If
you're in the hardest division in football,
fun, exciting, sexy, the quarterback, we got him. The future's bright. Ooh, we got a playmaking running back. Yes, agreed. I think that's where the league's going right now.
That's my whole take about him going at 3, 4, or 5.
I think if you look at a lot of top quarterback play, they probably have a runner there behind him. Brock Purdy's had McCaffrey.
Right.
Jordan Love's had Josh Jacobs. We saw Sam Darnold have Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet this year. We saw Jalen Hurts with Saquon Barkley. I mean, we saw Chicago, maybe not superstar running back, but focus on the run game and improve their football team.
Yeah,
right?
It's something I wish Bo Nix had.
I think, yes, Bo Nix, and they're trying to get that with R.J. Harvey.
Yes.
I think they're hoping he's that guy. That's why they drafted him at the 2nd round. But, yeah, you're seeing that throughout. New England, what did they do? They ran the ball well. They had Ramondre and Trayvon to help out Drake May the whole year. So, and within that, he never even had to throw for 300 yards to win games and be in the MVP conversation because we did that. You see Jacksonville, Travis Etienne, what they're doing. We know the Chargers are going to be in that with Amarian Hampton and, picking him in the 20s. So that's where it's going to be interesting. But I'm a huge Jeremiyah Love fan. Yo. Thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.